from the WMTV studios, your news authority. NBC 15 News at 6 starts now.
It's going to be a historic night as votes are cast. We'll have live coverage around the state leading up to the final counting of those ballots.
And the latest information on a shooting in Janesville that ended in a standoff last night.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on this election night. We've been counting down the days. It is finally here.
Election night is upon us. Wisconsin has been breaking records for voter turnout, and it isn't stopping with 2 hours until the polls close.
Nearly 800,000 of the 3 million expected to vote in Wisconsin have already cast their ballots.
And the polls opened at 7 this morning, and election officials say they've seen a record number of people at the City County building in downtown Madison.
And that is where we find NBC 15's Alice Kang. Alice, how's the voting going down there?
John and Lee, election officials here at the Madison Municipal Building say they think they actually see more people by now, but they're expecting more and more people to trickle in as the night goes on. Now, we have information for voters in Madison that live in Ward 29. Now, if you live in that area, voting has been extended until 9 tonight because of a fire alarm that went off at East High School earlier today. Again, if you live in Ward 29 in Madison, you will be able to vote until 9 tonight. Now, we've checked in with Scott McDonald, the Dane County clerk, and he says so far things have been moving smoothly at all polling locations. And in Rock County, Lisa Tollefson, the county's clerk, says they've been getting a lot of questions on how to register to vote. Now remember, even if you haven't registered yet, you still can. All you have to do is bring a valid photo ID and proof of residency. Again, unless you live in Madison's Ward 29, you will be able to vote until 8 tonight at all polling locations except for the polling location in Madison Ward 29. Now let's send it over to NBC 15's Syra Anwar, who is in Oshkosh at the Ron Johnson event. Hey, Syra.
Alice, thanks. Doors just opened at the Oshkosh Convention Center for Senator Johnson's campaign party that officially kicks off at 7 o'clock tonight. Now, here in Johnson's hometown, attendees are hoping for that familiar 2010 feeling when Johnson beat out incumbent Russ Feingold by a 5-point margin. Feingold held the seat for 3 terms until Johnson, along with heated Tea Party momentum, won over Wisconsin voters. But with the latest Marquette poll showing Johnson down by 1 point to Russ Feingold, tonight's going to be a long game of wait and see. Of course, I'll keep you updated. Reporting live in Oshkosh, I'm Syra Anwar. We'll send it over to NBC 15's Hannah Flood reporting from Middleton.
Well, Syra, down here at the Marriott West in Middleton, there'll be a lot of supporters out here tonight hoping former Senator Russ Feingold can head back to Washington, D.C. One of those supporters is current Senator Tammy Baldwin. Now, we're looking at a pretty close race here. Back in 2010, when Feingold and Johnson first faced off, it was also a very close race. What makes this time around different?
Well, first of all, for anyone who's viewing right now, who just got home from work, who just got home from classes, if you haven't voted already, go out and vote. But Wisconsin has always been a swing state. We've had very tough and tight races in presidential years, and so we're seeing that play out. But as I've traveled the state, crisscrossing the state with Russ and talking to volunteers and organizers, I've seen extraordinary energy, enthusiasm, and I think it's going to be a good night.
You think it's going to end in a victory celebration, huh?
I do.
Great. Well, the event here in Middleton kicks off just after the polls close at 8:01, and we will keep bringing you live updates as the results of those polls start rolling in. Senator Baldwin, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. We take it now to the 1st Congressional District, where we find NBC 15's Morgan Wolf. Morgan?
All right, thanks, Hannah. Yeah, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan is seeking his 10th term in Congress as he faces 39-year-old Ryan Solon from Mount Pleasant. Now, Paul Ryan is expected to win this race, but he has been criticized for his relationship with Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. Paul Ryan has openly said that Trump was not his first pick for the nominee, but eventually did go to support him. However, he did not campaign with Trump at any of the 6 stops Trump made in Wisconsin, and uninvited him to the state GOP event last month after the Access Hollywood video of Trump was released. That move was seen unpopular by some Republicans, but Ryan did push forward, focusing on other state elections. Now, if Paul Ryan is re-elected and returns to Congress, he has said that he is seeking again to be Speaker of the House, a position that he could possibly be challenged for. But for now, we'll be covering this race all night, and we'll be here, so stick with NBC 15. For now, live in Janesville, Morgan Wolf, NBC 15 News.
All right, Morgan, thanks a lot. And we have more election coverage coming up. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Brian Dukes for a look at tonight's election night forecast. Hey, Brian.
Hey, John, nothing to worry about in the weather department. Looks like a lot of clear skies out there. Temperatures will cool off pretty quickly, though, with the clear skies and calming winds. Already down to 50 degrees in Madison. It's 47 in Beaver Dam and 46 at this hour in Camp Douglas. The winds are out of a northwesterly direction and calming down. That's going to aid in that temperature falling off pretty quickly as well. I think through 8 o'clock tonight, when the polls close, temperatures will be into the 40s, down into the 30s. Some locations even around that freezing mark, so we could be dealing with a frosty start to your Wednesday. I'll have more on that, though, coming up in just a few minutes. Lee?
Ryan, thanks. Presidential hopefuls Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump cast their ballots today. Clinton voted along with her husband at their polling place in their home of Chappaqua, New York. Trump cast his ballot in Manhattan alongside his wife Melania and daughter Ivanka. Both candidates will have watch events tonight in New York. And we have a special election edition of Unspun tonight. Political analyst Scott Ross, executive director of One Wisconsin Now, and Bill McCoshen, managing partner of Capital Consultants, will be with us throughout the evening for expert analysis. And we're excited because this is always a fun night. Thank you guys both for being here.
Happy to be here.
Let's start with that presidential election. Do you guys have access to any internal polling, and what is that telling you about this race?
Well, I think the thing to watch is Florida. If Donald Trump can win Florida, he has a path to victory tonight. If Florida comes in early for Hillary Clinton, then it gets very, very difficult for Donald Trump to win. So the first, and they close early, one of the key things to watch is Florida and what happens there.
I think they've been hopscotching around in desperation to try and find a place that he can make the claim he has a path to victory. I think there's huge turnout all over the place. I think that what you've seen in Florida is a lot of early vote turnout from Latinos in particular. Those are not Trump voters, given all the stuff that he's done throughout the campaign.
Sort of the blue firewall that includes the upper Midwest. You know, Trump has shown some strength there, both in Michigan and in Pennsylvania. Hillary Clinton and President Obama and Michelle Obama wouldn't have been in Pennsylvania last night on the last day if they didn't see some cracks in the wall there. So he's got some other opportunities to pick up enough electoral votes to win, but it all comes down to Florida, and that's where we start.
All right, it'll be interesting to see those numbers. In the U.S. Senate race, we talked about this last Wednesday. Has your opinion changed at all?
Mine hasn't. I still, you know, in seeing what some of the numbers that are coming in terms of turnout, the fact that 800,000 early votes have been banked. Dane County has 50,000, or I'm sorry, Madison has 50,000 more than it had before. Milwaukee County has 25,000 more. Waukesha only 8,400. That's a bad sign for Ron Johnson tonight.
Not necessarily. By the way, I predicted this last week. This is going to be the biggest story in the country when Ron Johnson wins. It'll be the first time that Wisconsin has split their ticket since 1968, and the first time a Republican has won in a presidential year since 1980. But I'll tell you what, Dane County, Milwaukee County, forget about it. Russ Feingold won those two counties by 168,000 votes in 2010. He still lost by 100,000 votes. So Republicans, make sure you get out there and vote, particularly in southeast Wisconsin.
I want to really quickly talk about state politics. I know that there is some discussion that Democrats could cause a flip in power in the state Senate. They would need to get 3 seats, though. Is this at all likely?
No chance.
I think it's tough, even though, you know, there is a movement out there. People want to be a part of history. They are out there voting in droves, as Bill said. But I think that it's going to be a real challenge for them tonight. Look for that 14th, though. I think that's the upset of the night, 14th Senate District.
I think the 14th is the most vulnerable. I think Republicans actually keep the 18th, the late Rick Gudek's seat. I think they keep that in Republican hands because it's Glenn Grothman's area, it's Ron Johnson's home area, and Trump does very well there. So I think the 14th is the one to watch tonight.
And that's the one with Luther Olson.
Right.
And I know they were doing a lot of last-minute spending, so clearly there's some concern about that seat. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Scott and Bill are going to be with us all night for analysis as those results come in, so stay with us. Still ahead at 6, the latest on a shooting and standoff in Janesville yesterday as authorities continue to search for suspects. And how even those who aren't quite of voting age were able to get in on the election day action.